Hello and welcome to Larindalandia. Today, I would like to talk about the wisdom that is trusting your desires. I think a lot of times we move through the world only for what we can see, we can touch, for only what we can experience right now. And we disregard the wisdom that is our body. When I think about this, I think about the fact that our body is nature. It follows similar cycles as nature and they follow similar patterns, and he has wisdom beyond our understanding. There is a lot about our cycles, our inner cycles of behaviors and patterns, our inner flow of emotion that is out of our logical understanding, because it is a part of this way bigger picture than ourselves that is nature. And you can even discuss that is basically the universe, right? So I think there is a lot of wisdom that our body has, and this is wisdom that a lot of times is not seen but is felt. And I think a lot of times we disregard this wisdom and we only go through what we can see, what we can experience right now, because that seems more quote unquote logical. And just because it is logical, it seems right to us. What I mean by this is when you follow what you desire, and this means you have a desire and you follow it without having concrete proofs of it. In the sense, for example, you want to go to a certain place, you want to start something new, you want to start an idea, a concept, a project, you want to do a life change, but you have no physical proof that that is going to work out. But in your body, you feel this pull towards it, right? I think a lot of times we might disregard our desires and think it's just like fantasies or some sort of illusion or delusion. But I think in a lot of times our body knows more than we can begin to understand. There is a lot of wisdom and information that lies in our body that is incapable to be understood by the mind, because our body is a bigger part of nature, and even like the universe is a bigger part of these like cycles and patterns and flows, right? So I think a desire is information that we don't understand yet, or maybe we'll never be able to understand. When I talk about following what we desire, is kind of following our internal compass that we might not have logic in the moment, we might not understand it in the moment, we might not know why we are doing that or why we want to do that, but it's one of those moments that when you are further in your life, you look back and you think, wait, I needed to go through this. Now I understand why I wanted to do this. And now I understand why I wanted to follow it. And a lot of times, these desires can lead us to difficult experiences, right? A lot of times, these desires can put us in difficult situations and can pull us into something that is not quite what we want or what we like to experience. But I do believe in a lot of ways everything is a part of the path. Everything is a necessary part of the experience, especially the things that we don't like to go through. I think a lot of times the difficulties that we encounter, the obstacles, and not so pleasant experiences that we go through, right? Even if they traumatize us and lead us into feeling this hurt and having to heal this hurt, everything is meant to lead you to what you desire, even the things that don't feel like it, even the things that hurt in the moment, especially when I talk about things that are hard to go through. I think a lot of times we distrust our inner sense of guidance because it might have led us in the past to difficult positions and situations, right? It might led us to unpleasant experiences. But the thing is, just because you followed what you desired and you follow what you wanted and it led you to a difficult experience, it does not mean that you were wrong. I think a lot of times we need to go through these experiences to learn that that do, that doesn't make it easy or doesn't make it less enjoyable to go through them at all. But we need to go through this experience for us to learn and to grow. And I think a lot of times when we have, for example, we have a desire of a life. We desire a certain lifestyle, we desire a certain job, we desire to live a certain way, we desire a certain relationship, whatever it is. I think our body will always lead us towards that. And a lot of that path is experiences that we won't like to go through. A lot of that path are experiences that teach you and how to be there for yourself and how to heal yourself. A lot of bad experiences are forcing us to meet ourselves again, to go into the core of ourselves, because I do believe at our core, as we came in our purest form, we are expansive, we are creative, we are abundant. But then we go through life, we get hurt, we are projected on, and we are the ones that create the limits of ourselves because we believe our own limits, and therefore we create our own limits. So the path to getting what we desire and getting our desires fulfilled, a lot of it is deconstructing past limiting beliefs, is deconstructing a lot of limiting beliefs and a lot of projections that we have integrated within us. A lot of this path is not about, is also important, this part, but it's not as much about as you improving yourself or, for example, improving a skill, getting better at something. Of course that is a part of the process, but a big part of the process, and I think the most important part of the process, is you deconstructing what the outside world has done to you for you to meet yourself again. I think what you desire is to meet yourself at your core. It's not as much as something on the outside, but is to meet yourself in your authenticity and at your core. Of course, then you kind of create a life from that. So the outside is a reflection of your inner world. But a lot of your desires is for you to meet yourself again, is for you to express yourself authentically, is for you to express yourself as you are at your core. And a lot of this journey is going through difficult experiences because these difficult experiences force us to meet ourselves again. These difficult experiences basically show a reflection of ourselves to us for us to meet ourselves again, so we cannot distract ourselves anymore. I think a lot of what we do is distracting from ourselves and not meeting ourselves at our core, because meeting ourselves at our core means going through a lot of pain, means healing a lot of difficult experiences and feeling those emotions for us to meet ourselves at our core again. There is this saying that it's kind of this idea that the healing journey is not about or you fixing yourself or you becoming something that you are not, but it's more about going to the core of yourself and meeting yourself at the beginning. The healing journey is about to go home. And when I mean the journey is about going home, I mean that you are your own home. And it's about meeting yourself at your core, a most authentic version of yourself. And a lot of meeting this version of yourself, a lot of meeting this authentic version of yourself, and at your core means having to feel the pain of these difficult experiences for you to heal and set yourself free from it, because feeling emotions and healing and going through difficult experiences, all it is doing, it is taking out those experiences of your body. Like when you go through a difficult experience, and when you let yourself feel the emotions that come with a difficult experience, you are basically shedding that difficult experience. The issue here is when we distract ourselves from ourselves, is when we try to run away from our emotion. That is when basically the experience stays in our body and we kind of repeat it without even recognizing it, or without even knowing. We repeat the same cycles because that experience still lives within us. Because again, we are creating our reality through our mindset, through our belief system. And if we have not healed a difficult experience, that experience stays in our psyche and we create unknowingly, unintentionally, unconsciously that experience in our life, because we are always creating our life through our thoughts, beliefs, and experiences, right? So this experience stays in our body as long as we don't feel the emotions. So feeling the emotions is really just a process of getting over that experience and getting out of our body, and actually repeating similar experiences. I think it's a clever way of our body to basically shed that experience, because what we don't face, you will repeat, because our body is just trying to go through the process. Our body is just trying to heal from it. I think also trusting your desires and trusting your body is trusting the wisdom of your body. Imagine, again, our body comes from nature and from the universe, and in of itself, on it's like DNA. It has so much information and he has so much wisdom. Like we have been here for so long. Like our body knows what to do, even if we don't understand. And following what you desire is kind of following what your body knows, is following what your body knows, but your mind cannot understand. And again, this can be difficult because we live in a world where we like control, where we like to see immediately, where we like to touch, where we take action only through what we can see or touch or experience right now. But for example, if you want to live a different life, if you want a different lifestyle of what you have now, if you want something different from what you have now, you kind of need to trust your body more than your logic and your mind, because your mind is only experience and your logic is only experience, the things that you can see and touch on the moment. And if you want a different life, of course, you're not experiencing and seeing that life because it is different from where you are now. So when you want something different or you want something better for yourself, there is a here need to trust your body and trust the wisdom of your body, and also trust that your body knows what it's doing because it has been here for so long. Just because we might not be able to logically understand it at the moment, and we might not be able to form some sort of logic and have this illusion of control around it, because that's what really here is basically a illusion of control. And we really like control because control give us a big sense of safety and predictability. And we don't like to know, or we like to know because we like to have that illusion of control. So when we trust our body, we trust, and this can be scary because again, we break this illusion of control and we give out control. So we don't have the logic illusion of control of like, okay, I know exactly what is going to happen. I know exactly what is happening. So that makes me feel safe. When we trust our body, it is scary. Yes. It is fearful. Yes. But just that is just because we are losing control. But just because we are losing control does not mean that bad things are going to happen. Does not mean that we are being led to disaster. Quite the opposite. When we trust our body, we are being led to our authenticity, to what we truly desire. We are being led to ourselves, to our core, to meet ourselves at our core. And a lot of this journey is going through difficult experiences, because these difficult experiences are forcing us to feel the pain of past experiences for us to be able to share those experiences and again meet ourselves at our core. Basically, go back to the beginning. That's why I usually say that healing is a downward spiral because it's kind of you are the roots and your experiences are cyclical and they shape your behavior and your life cycles. And basically, healing is going back on those cycles and meeting yourself at your roots and at the beginning, right? Is meeting yourself at your core and authentically. So, really, trusting your body is basically trusting the natural process of your body and trusting also not only your body but nature, knowing that there is things that have been here before us and they managed to survive. They're survived, they're fighting, they're expanding, right? And our body is a part of that. We are a part of that. And trusting that wisdom that we cannot understand, but we feel in our body. And when we feel in our body that maybe we should go one place, or maybe we should do this, or we should do that, taking that action and also being there for ourselves, being there in the sense that we allow ourselves to feel our emotions because following your body is basically following feelings, is following desires, is following wants without having a logic behind it, right? So when we trust our body and we follow our body and we open ourselves to feeling emotion and we support ourselves to feeling those emotions, basically we are being led to meeting ourselves at our core, to meeting ourselves authentically, and also to live a life that is authentic to us. This might be a difficult process because a lot of it, yes, is going through difficult experiences. A lot of it is, yes, feeling a lot of intense emotions. But when we learn how to be there for ourselves throughout those emotions, we learn also to flow with life, to go through the natural cycles and behaviors and flows of life, even if we don't understand, to trust that there is a lot of wisdom in our body, that our body has been here for a long time, that human race has been here for such a long time, nature has been here for such a long time, universe, like, hello, is almost infinite, right? And to trust that in of itself, he has a lot of wisdom and he knows what he's doing. He knows how to survive. He knows how to expand. He knows how to upgrade, right? Just because we don't understand, it does not mean it's a bad thing. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with this message. If you like this video, give it a like. If you like this content, subscribe. Bye.